All right, now that we have the base layer in place, we're going to build the second layer of hair. This is where things start to actually look like a hairstyle instead of just coverage. Now we're focusing on refining the flow and building volume on top of the base layer. This is the stage where you really want to slow down a bit. The base layer was about coverage. This layer is about making the hair feel natural. I created a placeholder for the hairband using a simple cylinder. I need to adjust it for the hair changes I will be making. I also have been moving the hair cards into better positions on the base layer every time I open up this project file. I think you will be surprised on what you can catch and correct when you take a break and return to this hair project. It will be something that you may be doing constantly. Doing this will also make it easier to plan the placement of the next layer. Now, I also switch between a solid view and the texture alpha view. This helps me understand both the overall shape and how the hair reads with transparency. This layer is where I'm going to start introducing variation in volume. Instead of using just single cards, I'm going to go ahead and create what I want to call a hair clump or hair group. You see, hair cards are flat, and if you don't address that, your hair will always look flat. Hair clumps are one of the easiest solutions for fixing this. So what I'm going to do here is select a few hair cards with good hair strand density and duplicate them. Now, one of these hair cards will be the base, and the others are going to be layered in different angles on top of that. The goal here is a slight intersection of the hair, different viewing angles, and we really want that sense of depth. Now, once the clump looks good, I combine the cards, align the vertices along the shared edges, and clean it up in an orthographic view. For placement strategies with hair clumps, I like to place the clumps in the gaps that are showing in the base layers or directly in areas where I feel it will naturally look great growing from a scalp. Now, this is where a lot of this look will come from, how the hair appears to grow from the scalp. If that doesn't feel right, the whole hairstyle will break. Sometimes I start by getting a good number of clumps or cards, and I put them in a position and angle that I believe I want them. Then I go back to each one of them with the nonlinear deform tools that I showed you in the last video and lock down that correct flow that I need. As I get to the top of the scalp, I want the cards to support the natural look of the hair from the origin of the head out to the end of the hair. This is very important for the final look so that it all looks natural, whether it's stylized or realistic. Now I will continue using flare for tightening these roots up. And I also want to use bend for shaping the flow. You'll also see me using twist just to give it that nice edge to it. And you can stack these tools, but make sure to control the bounds so they don't conflict with each other. Now, usually, I'll go ahead and build one side first, especially in the first two layers of hair, and then I mirror it. But I always tweak it afterwards. Perfect symmetry is perfectly unnatural, and we don't want that. In the front, I pay very close attention to the silhouette and shape that I want. This area is most noticeable, so it needs to be intentional. Now, as we wrap this thing up, and as you see what I'm doing with the hair clumps, they definitely add volume, but they are more expensive. So once I get the volume I want, I start mixing in the individual hair cards again. A full hit of hair clumps would be too expensive for video games. Now, I want to show you how to use the lattice on a layer of hair. This is a fantastic way to manipulate the overall shape and flow of the hair layer without needing to select specific hair cards or attempt to work with components on each card. With the hair cards of the layer selected, add a lattice, go to Deform, and then in the drop-down, choose Lattice. In the input area, add more divisions to the STU. Go ahead, right-click the lattice, and put it into point mode. Turn on Soft Select for your transform tools. Select a vertex or a group of vertices near the area you want to manipulate, and go ahead and hit the B key for Soft Select. You can also hold down the B key and left-click and slide the mouse left and right to increase the size. Then use the transform tool to tweak the hair of that particular layer. Now once you're done, select the hair again, all of the hair, and delete the history to remove the lattice, but keep its effects. Now make sure to check for the placement of the hair, especially the roots at the scalp. There's typically some cleanup to do, but after doing this process, you'll see it's very much worth it. And here's the second layer after refining the cards and clumps. So now we've got a solid base and we have the second layer of hair with volume. In the next video, we'll be refining this more, and we'll also push the hairstyle closer to that final look. I'll see you there.